Good evening and a very warm welcome on SuperGrads YouTube channel. In this journey, when we are finding the stars and stars who have made into the IPMs, different IPMs. Today we have someone with us who has recently made into IPM Rohtak in IIM Rohtak, and it was a fantastic news for the SuperGrads team because she is a SuperGrad student. Congratulations, first of all, Aditi, who has joined us via virtual link. How are you doing, Aditi?
So thank you for congratulating me. I'm doing great and it's been an amazing journey.
Okay, so let's start with this journey word because you said it has been an amazing journey. And let me tell guys, एक नंबर से भी कम अगर कोई इंसान छूटता है, अदिति के साथ वो चीज भी हुई है. So when we talk about I am Indore, then she is just a step, एक step से वो रह गई. So अगर cut off list, she made it to the IPM Indore interviews round. She was just about to crack it, but she could not. So now she is happy with I am Rohtak, and hats off to that spirit. But it has been since an amazing journey, and we all have been telling you guys since beginning that it's the journey which you need to cherish and not the end results. So Aditi, how has been your preparation journey? If you can throw some light on that for all the audience who are listening to you right now.
Okay, sir, I'll talk about my journey. Firstly, the journey was completely different for me because I have been very naive and I had no seriousness about this program. But then I came to know about SuperGrads and how things are like dead serious and how hard it is to get into IIMs. And then I started preparing mocks and stuff. And then I also saw some lectures of SuperGrads helping me with quants and logical reasoning and stuff. And so I started practicing mocks and stuff. And then I came for interview preparation to SuperGrads, and I was prepared like from zero to where I am now. So it has been an amazing journey. Like I was very naive and new to this. So I think you have done a great job of preparing one of your students to get into
Okay.
IIM.
Well, that's a great thing which you have talked about. You have talked about the mocks. You have talked about the preparations in different subjects. You have talked about the interview journey. Now let's go on an individual basis because it's your journey which is very very important because that is the path on which the upcoming people who are going to write the examinations in the year 22 and 23 are going to walk into. And if you can just put your throw your experiences, throw some light on the experiences related to the verbal ability section because verbal ability section may be very challenging for certain students, specifically those who are into from the background of the vernacular language and those who have been studying not in the metros. So how has been your journey experience with verbal ability, and what advice would you give to the students right now?
Okay, sir. So like there are different types of students that we see who are preparing for the IPMAT, and so there are the ones who have been studying in English schools since their childhood, and there are these ones who are probably not speaking English ever since they were born.
Right.
So, but
So they,
that
they
doesn't
are
mean
into the English schools, perhaps, but yeah, they are not very much accustomed to the English scenario, and it's not in their ecosystem altogether, right?
like
Yeah.
it wouldn't be their like native language as we could say. So like people from south, I mean they are good at English. So in that case, like people should like keep reading newspapers and probably read novels and newspapers are great and maybe breaking news like from English language that will help. And for me particularly, I used to read dictionary words every day, five words, and then I would use them in sentences each day. Like I would miss some days, but I would try and do as much as I could. And then me and my friends, we used to communicate in English, and like we used to read a lot of questions on Quora, so that helped a lot.
All right. So she's given a very fantastic advice to all the guys, do a friendship with English. And, if you're good at English, then definitely the things are going to be completely different for you guys. So what she exactly did was she started using the new words which she was learning on a regular basis in the communication with the friends. She was listening to each and everything in English. And I think the language helped her completely from scratch to finish. Next question to you. Logical reasoning is something which you have not studied in 9th and 10th standard as well. It's a completely new subject that comes to you, but it challenges your intellect. How did you deal with the logical reasoning segment of IPM Rohtak?
Sir, I think that if any person gives some attention to the class that they are studying, then they will definitely get logical reasoning right. Because
Okay.
it is something that you have been seeing everywhere, but you did not recognize that, oh yeah, this is logical reasoning. Like we've all been seeing patterns and changes how they occur periodically and in a certain manner. So logical reasoning is nothing but all that stuff. So we have numbers, and then we have patterns, and I think as much as you practice it, that will help keeping a like a present mind and not like getting hurried. I think that will help.
Okay, great. And I think Aditi's advice is going to be great for all those kids who are looking up to IIM Indore as well, because she cleared the cutoffs very clearly. When you talk about the final selection round, she is just a step away from the final selections. So she might have done something great on papers as well as in the interview round. Just wanted to ask this particular thing because your quantitative aptitude forms the backbone of both the examinations. And if you are not good at math, then certainly it's a no-no for you. How did you deal with that particular section? Because that is something most of the kids are apprehensive about. How to deal with it?
Well, okay, this will be a little different answer for me because maths was my favorite subject. Like, I have always adored
Okay.
my maths teachers. They have been particularly nice to me. I mean, of course, they were strict, so it wasn't quite hard for me, but practice was necessary because maths is not about formulas. It is a complete rubbish when you say you have to learn formulas for maths.
Okay.
What is necessary for maths is practice. So the more you practice, the more you are familiar with the numbers, with the type of questions that come with the strategy you solve it, and probably the more you practice, the faster you get, the better you are at solving questions. And I think if you're confident in one such subject which has no nothing to learn about, then I think it will be great for solving the papers because it is an easy subject for me at least.
Great point being made by her. I think she clearly told one analogy. I'm remembering the driving because when you start a driving, then you know where is accelerator, where is brake, where are the gears and everything. But once you get accustomed to it, so that is a practice that makes you perfect in driving, and same goes for mathematics as well. So she has put a very fantastic point on related to this, that if you are doing enough practice, then mathematics is going to be there with you, or else it can never be there with you. So formulas and other things, just keep them aside, and work on only on mathematics while practicing many questions in it. Next question coming to you, Aditi. This was all about the written examination part, and you and I have a common in the interview preparation part, because it forms 35% marks in Indore and 15% marks in Rohtak. But when you take out the weighted average of it, it is much more than 15%, because उसमें 10th and 12th के marks भी add होते हैं रोहतक में. So weighted average is even more than 15% of it. If you can help me with that particular part, because students just want to know that part also. How did you clear that part? Because sometimes it becomes a very difficult part for the students to crack that.
Sir, so I think that interview is a little more heavier than the written aptitude test part because there you are failing people who with a high intellect, and they know, they judge you, they have experience, and they can read you like a book.
Yeah.
So they know everything about you. So I mean, of course, you tell them about yourself, so as a person they are going to get to know you, so you have to be more open, more honest. And firstly, I think you should be calm and confident and comfortable with them. So like get to know them, maybe have a smiling face, crack a few jokes as like a little to get like friends. And then like be confident in every answer that you say. Like don't be like, no, 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 not that answer, I forgot. Like don't get all messed up there. Like you have to be very calm and compose yourself. And then of course you were there for the interview, to prepare me. I mean, of course, you knew how terrible I was in interviews. I mean, I had the worst feedbacks ever. So then, sir prepared me with Pankuri ma'am. And then they told me what to wear, what not to do, the greetings, the HR questions, and the general knowledge is quite important. So I'll advise everyone to read a little about their favorite hobbies and sports. And then, of course, SuperGrads is there to help everyone.
Okay. Aditi, I think, yes, you reminded me of that particular journey. Today, I'm remembering that particular first interview when really that feedback part, I canceled the next interview completely. So, let me tell this to the audience who are listening to me right now. So, when Aditi was giving her first interview, trust me, guys, that feedback part, in that particular feedback, we canceled the next interview and we gave her almost, I mean, 35 minutes or odd minutes of the feedback. And we really thought that she's not going to make it to it. And it was so challenging for us because, that first round really hit us badly. Like, we are losing a good student now, how to do. And but she came back very well in the next round. So in the next round there was an improvement. In the third round there was an improvement. There was an improvement in the fourth and fifth round, and finally, that help, that journey which I can see, I have, because I was personally part of it. So when you talk about other subjects, then the other faculties were part of it, but I was there in the journey of interview preparation, and Aditi did a fantastic job. And congratulations that you came out of that particular zone, in particular, Aditi. So now, what strategy are you going to suggest to the kids who are going to write this particular examination in 22 and 23? Because your strategy is going to be very useful for them. You have cracked IPM Aptitude Test Indore as well as IPM Aptitude Test Rohtak. It's going to be a very beneficial strategy for the upcoming kids.
So for the aspirants of IPM, IPMAT, I mean, so I have a few advices for them. So first, few things are like know your strengths and your weaknesses. Like know what subjects you're good at and what subjects you're not so good at. So like you have to give like a comparatively equal time to both of these categories of subject. Like you have to be good at what you're good at already, and you have to make your subject stronger, the ones that you're not good at. So you have to like give them a little more time, focus on them, focus on what you don't know. I think listen attentively is important. Be present when you're studying, have your full concentration, and then probably like prepare a schedule, and like do online study streams with your friends. That will help. Which And then of course ask your doubts to teachers as much as possible, because they'll help a lot. And the more you get to the teacher, the more they'll reveal their knowledge to you. So I think being a teacher's friend is a good thing, like a teacher's pet, what they call. But of course you have to be that, and just crack it with confidence, because you're going to do it.
I think fantastic points being made by her, and a completely different approach from a regular thing. What she told was, you have to become better at what you are good at, and you have to work on that particular aspect where you're not so good at and make it good. Then become a teacher's friend, because she has definitely been has been our friend and throughout this particular journey, and has really, सर अब क्या करना है, अब बाद में बताओ, इसके बारे में हेल्प कर दो, and all that thing. And really, now I can understand that was her strategy, and if you follow that strategy, definitely you're going to be successful as well. Thank you, Aditi, for sparing time for us, and I'm sure this interview is going to be really helpful for all the kids.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for having me, and thank you so much for putting me into IIM Rohtak. Like you like absolutely literally forced me there, because I wasn't capable of doing it. So
Okay,
thank you
thank
so
you
much.
for this particular, all the good words as well for Supercrats. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.